सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Okay, so which was the verse we saw last time? Alata Shanti.
16 we completed.
16. Okay.
1-6.
Yep. Any questions, clarifications on what we have done? Or is it the cause effect thing clear up to now? Yes, it's idea continues, but up to now is it clear? Okay. Okay, then I'll go ahead. I'll see. Okay. Have you all reached or taking a break?
Taking a break. So.
Okay. Then, first here, he's talking about cause effect from various standpoints to dismiss it. Okay. Then now he brings in another argument. He's saying, Falad utpadyamana san te hetu prasidhyati aprasiddham katam hetu falad utpadishyate. See, we saw the cause effect is not possible. Yugapat, it cannot come. Then can you call it a cause because of the effect? Can you call it a cause because of the effect? He is saying, Falad utpadyamana san nate hetu pratishyat. If because of the phalam you are saying this is a cause, then the cause itself is not established. Why? The cause is depending on the effect. Whereas the cause has to be independent of the effect. Okay? Therefore he says, Aprasiddhe katam hetu. When it is not prasiddham here is aprasiddham here is not well known, established. Okay? What is not established? Katam hetu phalad utpadishyati. Because you are desiring it from the standpoint of the phalam. How can that be possible? So cause effect normal sequence not possible. Yugapat not possible. Reverse also not possible. So all three possibilities is dismissing. यदि ही हेतोः फलात् सिद्धिः फलात् सिद्धश्च हेतुतः कतरतः पूर्वनिष्पन्नं यस्य सिद्धेर अपेक्षया. If you are saying something is caused because of the effect, and if you are saying because there is a cause, this is an effect, you're saying, how do you say this is a cause? Because I see the effect. How do you say this is an effect? Because I see a cause. Then both are depending on each other. Both are depending on each other. Yeah. Then he says, Katarataha purva nishpannam yasya siddhi apekshadam. Then he says, you have to establish the existence of one before. It's only after you establish the existence that either this is effect or this is cause, then you can talk about cause-effect relationship. But look at any cause-effect relationship. You'll call it cause-effect only because of each other. No? Whether it is nimitta karanam or upadana karanam. Kurta is effect because cloth is cause. But why do you say cloth is cause? Because kurta is an effect. The tailor is a cause of the kurta. And why are you calling the tailor the cause? Because he stitched the kurta. Whether it is nimittam or upadanam, they become dependent on each other. But you can say the tailor was there before, no? He was there before, but was he there in a cause-effect relationship before? If he has not stitched the kurta, he is not yet the tailor. Upadanam is even more clear. That's why remember when you do Satya Mithya, what we do? We dismiss, in fact, in understanding Satyam Mithya, we are dismissing cause effect, isn't it? The moment the Shastra says Vacha Arambanam Vikaro Namadeyam, what you call effect is only a name and form. Or to put it in very absolute, simple baby terms, nursery terms, the effect is nothing but cause in a different form, isn't it? Forget elaborateness and technicalities. Simple. I have talked about this to children. What you call effect is nothing but cause in a different form. What you call kurta is nothing but cloth in a different form. Then which is cause, which is effect? Each is not established. Out of cause effect, which is established first? Let us say, from clay I made pot. But to establish clay is cause, I have to have the pot. Otherwise, it's just a material clay. You think everything, all clay becomes pot or something? All clay doesn't become pot. All cloth doesn't become kurta. So where is this cause effect thing that you are talking about? Now I can sense half of you thinking, but it is there, no? What is there? Tell me when you are seeing this. Are you seeing cloth or are you seeing kurta?
You see both.
Kurta. Being a kurta. Kurta.
Okay. If you are seeing kurta, then you can say it has come from cloth. Correct? Then if you are saying kurta, you can say it has come from cloth. But what is this thing kurta independent of the cloth? Is there a kurta independent of the cloth? No.
No.
Then if you are saying cloth, I am not wearing a cloth, I am wearing a kurta. If you are saying both, which is first? Are you seeing both simultaneously, both sequentially? If you are seeing both simultaneously, then it is like the two horns of a cow, which we saw in the previous verse. Both are simultaneously there. Functionally, yes, you will say to make a kurta you need some cloth. So you will say cloth is upadana karanam, material cause for the kurta. Yes, functionally. We are not talking functionally, we are questioning realities. Functionally you can question, we can say, okay, something. And that also only within a segment. But when you are questioning realities, you can't say that. In terms of reality, correct. Therefore, if there is only cloth, then there is no cause and effect. No? There is no cause and effect. Only cloth is there. So that is the thing here. In your minds and most people's mind, the functioning and the reality get mixed up. In fact, the functioning gains bigger importance. Because that's what you are doing every day. No? Every day you are taking care of things. And if every day you are taking care of things, then that holds your mind up. Then you are no more questioning realities. You are only going with the functioning. Are you getting my point? Because I am seeing blank faces also here. Okay. Ask a question if you want to, okay? So, unless you establish one thing as cause or one thing as effect, only then you can talk about cause-effect reality. You can establish the existence of the cloth before the kurta. but its status as a cause comes only when you make the kurta. Am I making sense to all of you? Okay. Okay. Ashakti apirajnanam krama falopaschavas punaha evam hi sarvartha buddhir hi ajati pradipitaha. Says if you cannot answer this, which is cause, which is effect, he says either it shows your ignorance or the very dismissal of cause effect relationship. Okay, ashaktihi, aparijnanam. If you can't answer, then it shows this aparijnanam. And krama uppatya athva punaha, or the krama of cause effect sequencing itself is not valid. Evam hi sarvata budaihi ajatihi paridipita. That means what? That's why all the wise person have said there is no real creation. There is no cause effect relationship in terms of reality. Yeah.
And can you dismiss then karma also?
Yeah, then karma also get dismissed. Of course, karma gets. See, the mithyatvam is all the way. Cause effect means karma phala is also dismissed. Yeah. Where is karma phala? You doing the karma with this body. This body you got from because of previous karma. So which came first, body or karma? Same thing, you go sequentially. Then functionally you say it's anadi. And we think by saying anadi, we are accepting it as a fact. Anadi is a dosha in argumentation. In debate and arguments, anadi is a dosha. If you are saying it is anadi, that means it is mithya. It is not satyam. Regress ad infinitum, as they call it. In all our beginning Vedanta books, you might have read in English. This Janma is anadi, creation is anadi, it has to be taken like that, as though it's real. The moment you hear the word anadi now, you should understand mithyatva. Anadi is not an answer. Anadi is not an explanation. Anadi is a way of telling the beginner keep quiet. We take, especially when you read Vedanta in English, the anadi. Very seriously we will take it. It's anadi, therefore correct. In debate and discussion, anadi is a dosha. It is not an answer. Anadi means mithyatvam of things. We say jiva is anadi, this is anadi, that is anadi, everything is anadi only. And your ignorance is definitely anadi. It only shows mithyatvam. Okay. So anadimat dosha, etc. And if cause effect is mithya or cause effect is not really there, if you dismiss cause effect, what is there? Only one reality can be there. No? That is why even though we present Jagat Karanam Brahman, Brahman is Jagat Karanam, okay, but we don't present it as a real Karanam. It's presented as Mithya Karanam. Therefore, remember at this level, anadi argument, etc. are mithya. Okay. When you say anadi, you are actually saying it is mithya, not real. Okay. We may not say it when you are starting the Gita or something like that, because, okay, let's come up to some level of understanding before you can handle it. Here you are doing the Karika. Karika is supposed to blow your mind out. Okay. So that's it. There is no cause effect. There is no birth and death. There is no moksha or bondage. There is no karma phala. There is no creation. There is no teacher and student. There is no bound and free. There is no ajnani or jnani. Then what is there? Satyam jnanam anantam brahman. Bas, ho gaya kaam. Got it. Got it. Let's close the book and go for a cup of coffee. Or kya? You got it, you got it. What is there to get after this? Because this is fact. This is the fact of things. So everything is an explanation to make this clear. That's all. Why so much of explanation? Because causation hunting is a fundamental trait of the human intellect. All disciplines of knowledge has come up because of that. Any discipline of knowledge, from science to sociology to psychology to finance to economics to warfare to peace, everything. Causation hunting, all disciplines of knowledge is based on causation. And where does this causation hunting come from? It's important to understand that also. Where does this causation hunting comes from? It's an attempt to get to the source of things. It's an attempt of the human mind to go back to its source. It's a search for moksha actually. Say, like how the search for moksha can express as desires and wanting to those. Get a lot of things. You are looking for fulfillment in things where it cannot give you. Because you have so many desires. At the emotional level, it will express as desires. At the intellectual level, it will express as causation hunting. Why did this happen? Why did it happen to me? Even that simple question is causation hunting. No? I am such a good person. Why should this happen to me? When you are asking that, what you are actually asking is what? What is the cause of my suffering? And we are gullible, so whatever answer people gives you, you will follow it. Desire is the root of all suffering. You give up desire, you will not have suffering. That bluff has been going on for a long time. Couple of thousand years it's been going on. And we buy into it. That's why we feel guilty of our desires, isn't it? Desire is a symptom of a problem. Desire is a symptom of my finitude, which is a symptom of my ignorance. So what are you doing? Symptomatic treatment? Or are you going to go and root out the cause, ignorance? No, first I must control my desire. Kitna time jayega desire control mein? Manage it now. That's why we'll talk of karma yoga. You manage it, bas ho gaya. Manage your desires and then go ahead. Understand the truth, you're fine then. Because the Indian middle class especially is brought up to feel guilty about desires. I told you the story now. As kids, going by train from Bombay to Kerala, you pass Kadapa in the heat, Chennai Express, those time Madras Express, and the Shiv Sena would derogatorily call it Stenographer's Express. Because all South Indians from Chennai would come by that train and all of them knew stenography. So they would immediately get employed. Those who are below 30 may be asking, or what is stenography? Even below 40 will ask, what is stenography? It's a form of shorthand writing, okay? Very efficient.
Pitchman.
Huh?
Pitchman stenography.
Yeah.
Pitchman.
Pitchman,
That's
yeah.
a famous one.
So, passing through Kadapa, it is hot and you are in a 3-tier sleeper, not air conditioned, etc. In fact, those days air conditioned trains were not there. So, you could either suffer the heat in comfortable situations of a first class or comfortable in a 3-tier or uncomfortable in unreserved. Only 3 classes. Okay. And the character comes with a bucket with ice and cold drinks in it.
Okay.
Who is put on that? One second. Yeah. So, the person, kids will ask, Daddy, Daddy, cold drink, cold drink. And the mother, she will not ask. Even if the understanding husband tells her, would you like one? She can't even say yes. She'll say, is it cold? It is sitting on ice, it is surrounded by ice, there is ice on top of it. What do you expect it not to be cold? But she can't. I mean, what's the big desire about a cold drink? Where did it come from? This nonsense, which is alien to Sanatana Dharma, I am telling you. It came from Buddhism and Jainism into Hindu thinking. In Sanatana Dharma, in our thinking, in Vedanta, what is it? What is the Jiva? Jnana, Ichha, Kriya, Shaktiman, isn't it? So, Ichha is there or not? Is part of you? Not supposed to be felt guilty over. You don't let desire rule you. If you want to go beyond the desire and understand, the desire is an emotional way of going through to the cause. Causation hunting is an intellectual way of going into the source. Both are the same. At the physical level, it's avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. At the physical level. Anyone who has a body will do that, whether you are an amoeba, a human being, or a tree. So physically, going to the source is this: avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. Emotionally, going to the source is desire fulfillment, expresses as desire fulfillment. Intellectually, it is causation hunting. None of the three will give it to you. Why will none of the three will give it to you? Why will the three not give it to you?
They are also finitude, will open more questions than answers.
That's one point, okay. What else? What is the source of these three?
My sense of limitations.
Exactly. And the sense of limitation comes from
Self knowing my real nature.
Yeah, self-ignorance. It comes from self-ignorance.
Avidya.
Yeah, Vidya.
Self-ignorance.
So that has to be solved. So what do? You manage the three and solve the ignorance. So naturally, as a human being, you want some comfort. No? That's nothing wrong. Why do you have to suffer? You think only by suffering you will understand the truth of it? You know, we used to joke about this in school days. School days, okay? No, today I am not going to sit at home and learn. I am going to sit in the balcony and learn. Why? Because all great people sat under street lights and learned. So balcony, the street light is illuminating my book. As though the street light is responsible for your wisdom.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
it is like many people in Bodhgaya,
Yeah.
they go and sit under the Bodhi tree.
Yeah. Hoping to get realized.
What they call the Bodhi tree.
And the
then
original
they-
Bodhi tree is gone. Huh? The original Bodhi tree is dead and gone. It's all new ones that has
They
come.
took a later sapling,
Yeah.
but still they go and sit. There's
Yeah.
a big rush there for
Yeah.
that.
True.
If that is the case,
The Bodhi tree should have got realization. Na? So manage comfort level. Yeah, don't get dependent on it, but be comfortable. Emotional desires, etc. Yeah, manage them. Don't get dependent on them. Manage them. Causation hunting, etc. You're intellectual at work. You're looking for cause of, etc. Manage that need. Functionally, do what is necessary. Manage the whole thing. And then go to the source. Self-ignorance. Take care of that. So the self-knowledge is not answering all these questions at these three levels. The self-knowledge is actually dismissing the whole problem.
you don't have a problem to solve.
Yeah. Where is the problem?
There is no problem.
That's why
It
my
doesn't-
teacher gave
there
a
is
talk
no
once.
solution needed.
In psychology, there is no solution. In Vedanta, there is no problem.
Problem.
Now, because of that, people think, hold on. Because of that, people think, oh, yeah, psychology is useless. No, you need to manage your mind, and that is psychology. Anything of managing your mind is psychology. Whatever you do to manage will come under psychology. Therefore, that much is useful. Why? Without managing that, you are not going to straight away step into the knowledge. People try. And after 40 years of learning, they remain just the same. No change. Yeah. They picked up terminology, they picked up certain things. Yeah. Nothing more than that. To manage. That management is important. Therefore, understand this. At three levels, this ignorance and the need for moksha will manifest at these three levels. Physical level, avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. Emotional level, desires. Intellectual level, causation hunting. The search for knowledge. And none of them will give you, because pramana, the problem is self-ignorance. And the pramana for self-ignorance is not all these disciplines of knowledge. The pramana that will negate self-ignorance is the Shastra, the Vedanta, the Upanishad. So it has to come from there. So Vedanta will say, titiksha. What is titiksha? Managing your discomfort. Being able to put up with things that you can't manage. Yeah. Because there will be some things you can manage, there will be some things you can't manage. Kya kare? Yeah. Now people are saying, Swamiji, you're building an ashram. At least for a couple of months in the year, we need an AC, April, May and all. I said, maybe, we'll see. I mean, I have an AC setup, but I don't put it on unless there are people who need it. But it's good to be a little bit independent and tough. You can put it on also, not a problem. So if global warming becomes too much, then maybe we will do that. When temperatures go over 38 degrees, then we will put the AC on. So managing comfort, physical level, titiksha, because everything can't be managed. So put up with it, titiksha. Emotional level, grow out of that hold of the desires. Karma yoga lifestyle, Ishwararpanam, Prasada Buddhi, all that thing comes into it. Samadama, all that. Samadhanam, acceptance of people, etc. Because my desire will include people's behavior. Intellectual level, it is a level of wanting to pursue more and more learning about everything. I had that issue. Yeah. When I joined college, I wanted to go, I asked them, can I do physics and psychology together? Graduation and two. Those days we couldn't, nowadays we can. Now why is that? Because reality also I wanted to know. I want to know about the human being also. It's a search for knowledge. The mokshecha expressing itself at the level of the intellect. Then I took up science. Why? I can't do physics experimentation at home, but I can read psychology at home. Not clinical, but understanding of the topic can be there. Yeah. But none of them solves the issue. The existential issue is not solved at any of these three levels. Desire fulfillment or desire management will not solve it. That is what Vedanta says. Which people say, therefore, don't have desires. Vedanta says, grow out of the hold of likes and dislikes. Neutralize those likes and dislikes. Not don't have them. Don't have them is not as advice any human being can follow. At the most, what you can do is lower likes and dislikes to preferences. That's the maximum you can do. You still have a choice, no? I have to always give this example. North Indian sadhu, Maharaj ji, चाय पिएगा, कॉफी पिएगा, दूध पिएगा. अरे जब दूध पी सकते चाय कॉफी किसके लिए? You ask her, Mahatma from Tamil Nadu, what will he say? Milk, eh? Coffee, morning coffee. Milk is for the night, if at all. Yeah. This is cultural, upbringing, preferences. Maximum you can keep it as preferences. Maximum. What would you prefer? You can't lower it more than that. Unless you say, I am a yogi, I will not touch tea or coffee. Both paap ki hai. Both paap ki hai. What is the highest practice in yoga, by the way? Highest practice in yoga, Ashtanga yoga. What would be the highest practice?
Samadhi.
Samadhi.
Yeah, the meditation practice, right? And do you know the tea, the discovery of the tea plant is attributed to a sadhu? There is two things. One is a legend and one is factual what happened. The legend is that Bodhidharma was sitting and meditating. And he kept feeling sleepy. So it seems he tore off his eyelids and put it into the ground. And next day there was a plant growing there. That became the first tea plant. This is a legend. The fact is, he took some tea leaves from India to China. And in China they grew it more. Therefore people thought the Chinese have the first people to have tea. I'm sure tea grew all over Asia, okay? No one can claim first. But maybe they started brewing it there. So sadhus, yogis, etc. were the first people to discover tea and coffee. Coffee, of course, came from outside. So that is a different thing. Colombia, Brazil, those areas. So if sadhus have developed it, suddenly modern yogis think they should avoid tea and coffee. Either side, you don't stop to examine these issues. Anyway, if you want to avoid. If you find it helps you to avoid, fine, do it. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just pointing out the historical veracity of things. That's all. Nothing more than that. Up to you. Yeah. There's no rule you have to drink tea or you have to drink coffee. There's no rule you don't have to drink tea or coffee. Yeah, one thing is true, sadhus in Rishikesh, when you go for bhiksha, you won't get tea or coffee, okay? Bhiksha is survival. For survival, you don't need tea or coffee, you need food. Yeah. Dal roti milega. Yeah. But tea is also given. Like I'll never forget that old lady who offered me a cup of tea. I told you that also. It is winter, I was just in an Angavastram. It was not yet peak winter, just starting. October or something. It's in an Angavastram. This old lady was standing across the road. He says, Beta. So I thought maybe she wanted to cross the road also. So I crossed and said, I'll take her. Maji, हाँ माजी, क्या चाहिए आपको? बेटा बहुत ठंड है. जरा चाय पी लेना. And she gave me $1. For her, that $1 those days was a big thing. I'm talking about 79 or 80. But she felt. Here is a young sadhu, okay, who's studying in Rishikesh. Therefore, let me help him by giving a cup of tea. Because I was coming out of the kshetra after bhiksha, so she understood that I am living on bhiksha. Observant lady, okay. Elderly lady, but observant. Yeah, so I felt nice that this lady really is caring enough to think like that. So what I'm trying to say is, there is no rule either this, that, etc. At 3 levels, moksha will manifest. Manage those levels, go directly for understanding what you are. That is the only solution. We make it complicated. Do this, don't do that. 101 rules. You say the world is mithya and you are making 1001 rules. I know someone who had cancer, a sadhu, went to a senior sadhu. And the senior sadhu says, you can do medical treatment, but don't do any special puja or something. Sir, कहाँ से आया गद्दे के इधर से? If you can take treatment, you cannot ask for God's grace. Treatment is functional, God's grace is also functional. They are at the same level. This may be superior to this. Because the Lord that heals, medicines only help. So what is wrong? But he's a sadhu, so he still needs that body to gain his nishta. Jnana vairagya siddhyartam bhiksham dehi cha parvati. Adi Shankara wrote about it in Banaras. Yeah, once you get your nishta, you can say, forget it, doesn't matter. And the same sadhu went, who said don't do special pujas, etc., went for another surgery himself. So he is also not ready, na? Prarabdhaya arpitam svavapuhu. Kyum karne ka hai? I'm ready to go. Nishta ho gaya. But if you are going for surgery, means your nishta is still shaky, you want to keep the body going. And the surgery was not life-threatening. It would have made his life difficult. It was not life-threatening, but it would have made his life difficult. And I am happy we went for surgery. I called up and told him also, I am happy you are going for that surgery. Please do it. You may not pray, but I will pray for you, I said. Because I want it to go well. God's grace has to be there. You may not pray, I'll do it for you. Are you seeing what I'm trying to say? In all this. You manage to the best of you can. It's all within the mithya functioning world. So whether it's physical comfort, emotional, intellectual, it's all within the mithya world. Manage it and seek the truth directly. For that, the mithyatvam of all this should be very clear. The clearer it becomes, the easier life becomes. That's why few classes back I said that. No? I know certain things are important for you all. Take it as important and mithya simultaneously. Yeah. That will be feasible. It is not either or. Not either or. Functional level is important. Reality level is mithya. And both exist right here. No? Where are you going to look for Satyam? Where the mithya is. Where is the rope? Where the snake is. At least rope snake, you will see the snake disappearing. Where is a flat earth? Or where is a round earth? Where the flat earth is. No? Where you experience the flat earth, that itself is a round earth. Where is the non-rising sun? In the rising sun alone. Isn't it? Where is the colorless space? In the blue sky itself. Is it different? One is reality, one is appearance. So your comfort, desires, causation, hunting, etc. are appearances. And we give too much of reality to it. Reality is given in two ways, fundamentally. One is saying, oh, my desires, my this, I want it, more and more and more I want. That's giving it a reality. Or, I should not touch it. That's also giving it reality. Remember that famous Ravi Verma's painting, Vishwamitrasya Tapobhangam. It's a very famous painting by Ravi Verma. Ravi Verma's paintings are going in crores of rupees now, okay? Where Menaka is standing in front of him, dressed very seductively. And Vishwamitra is not even looking at him, avoiding her. It's a human form, yeah. It's a beautiful form, Mithya. It's a beautiful form. Mithya or Satya? It's beautiful. I have never seen a more beautiful form than that. Fine. But Mithya hai kya Satya mein? So avoidance, you are giving it too much of reality. Indulgence, you are giving it too much. Overindulgence, too much of reality. Total avoidance, also too much of reality. Can you see that way? The mind moves between these two. And what is yoga? Too much of that. The same thing. Raga is also a problem. Desha is also a problem. And what is yoga? Karma yoga definition?
Samatvam yoga uchyate.
Samatvam yoga uchyate. What is the balance? What is your balanced view of the whole thing? Yeah. What is your balance in the whole thing? A balanced perspective. Then life is fine. Life is managed. Reality is clear. I was like saying that avoidance is like that snake that you are seeing there is mithya, but be very careful. If it is rope, why should I be careful? Is there a need for me to be careful once I understand it is mithya? If you don't understand it is mithya, being careful will not help anyway. Then what do you need to do? You need to manage your fear. You need to manage your aversion. That much you need to do. Manage your fear and aversion. Why? Then you can look into what it really is. Or if you are a snake charmer, wanting to capture it, desire. No? That also you have to learn to manage it, because your desire will not be fulfilled. Bean bajayega. You know, in North India there is an expression, Bais ka samne bean bajaya. In front of a cow or a buffalo, you are playing their music, the snake charmer's music. What will happen to the cow or the buffalo? Buffalo even better. Cow will respond to music. Buffalo, बीन बजाने दे उधर, मैं चबा के रहेगा इधर. This rope snake will be worse than that. At least the buffalo may cast a glance at you and keep on chabawing. This snake will not get up only. Fixed position. So examining what is your desire, managing your aversion, fear, all that. That is life. Then incurring. Asanga shastrena dridena chitva tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. With your asangatva, you manage your ragadvesha, this, that, etc. You cut it off. The samsara vriksha you cut. Why? You are no more emotionally dependent on it. Then what? Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Inquire into the nature of the thing, nature of the reality. That's what will give it to you. All that is connected, okay? Don't study an Upanishad in isolation. We took off from that causation hunting because that is the one thing is being dismissed here. Why? Because now at this stage we are here, all here. Our functioning is intellectual. Because we are looking into cause and effect. Now we are studying the whole thing. We are examining pramanas through logic. Logic means causation hunting will come into the picture. That's why he is dismissing cause effect. By dismissing of cause effect, you are re-establishing or reiterating the mithyatvam of the whole thing. So we use cause effect to come to single source. See, in Vedanta we use cause effect. When you say Jagat Karanam, Brahma, etc., we are using cause effect to come to that single source. Then you dismiss cause effect so that you understand the mithyatvam of cause effect. Dismissal is understanding mithyatvam of cause effect. When you understand mithyatvam of cause and effect, then you understand the reality behind both the cause and the effect as Satyam Jnanam Anantam, as pure consciousness. बस बात हो गया, और क्या है? Yeah, even to the single source you need the Shastra. That's why Ishvara is always presented. Ishvara is always presented along with the whole thing. Yeah. Some modern Vedanta teacher says Ishvara is not necessary, etc. Maybe I'll handle that next Sunday at the Shankara Jayanti celebrations. Next Sunday evening we are having the Shankara Jayanti celebration. No? Not this Sunday, Sunday after that, 19th. So maybe there I will handle these issues that come up. I'm not sure. I'm not decided what to talk. If anybody has a request of what to talk, let me know. Okay. Message me privately, then we'll see. Yeah. And they put up that thing about 3-4 speakers also talking about something. Yeah. Who's volunteering. So that is where the whole thing stands. Okay. Right. Okay. Then little bit he talks about this sadhya, hetu, etc. comes into the picture. Okay. How many of you have done logic? English, Sanskrit, traditional, doesn't matter. Any of you have studied logic? I know some of you have done Vedanta Paribhasha with me and Tarka Sangraha with me.
No, only English logic.
Even English logic, I'm not bothered. If you studied it, I'm fine with it.
Tarka Sangraha. Swamiji did Tarka Sangraha.
I know Tarka Sangraha, Vedanta Paribhasha, both I have done. Yeah.
Both we did.
In Matunga I did, in Bandra also I have done. So for the next class, come with what is sadhya, what is hetu, simple things. Okay. What is sadhya and what is hetu? Minimum. What is the thing to be proved? Okay. Why? Because the next verse uses those terminology. Okay. Because going a little technical also. Remember, what is technical? This is common knowledge at that time. So whatever is common knowledge is used. So why are we using technicalities? Because it helps to peg your understanding. And in Indian culture was always an intellectual culture. Remember Shankara going to finding Mandana Mishra's house. So he passes a river and a dhobi ghat. There are some dhobans there washing clothes. So Mandana Mishra is a well-known person. So he asks him, which is Mandana Mishra's house? And the lady, the dhoban, tells him, go down that road where you find the parrots are also discussing Swata Pramanam, Parata Pramanam. That is Mandana's house. So the lady knew what is Swata Pramanam, what is Parata Pramanam. And by parrots, I am not sure what she meant. Did she mean parrots, literally the parrot that is there in a cage? Or people mouthing that parrot like without really understanding what it is? Whether Pramanam is Swataha, independent, or Pramanam is Parataha, dependent. Because for a thinking person, it is so evident, it is independent. Does your eyes depend on your ears to know the form and color of something? So Swata Pramanam is independent. So why are you discussing on that? So she could have meant that. Okay. So these were all common terminology of that time. Nowadays we call it technical. It's all common terminology. So Sadhya, Hetu, etc. Revise that and explain it to me in the class. Then we will go ahead with the next verse. Okay, the 20th verse. It's a good place to stop. थोड़ा होमवर्क भी करो, once in a way करना अच्छा है ना. I don't normally give too much of it, but once in a way. Okay. Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.